Judas and the Black Messiah has just been dropped on HBO Max for free if you have a subscription. In this video, I'm going to give you my review, my recap, my live reaction, and also what I believe they want you to take away from this movie after watching it. We have been given some powerful black films recently, starting with American Skin and now Judas and the Black Messiah. Please check out both of these films if you have not. Also, subscribe and click that bell so you can get my commentary on all social films that drop. So, dealing with this film, if you're not familiar with it, let me give you a basic background of it. It's the story of Fred Hampton and how the FBI and the Chicago police plotted against this man to assassinate and murder him. And that's exactly what happened. And with the help of one person that he believed was his brother, an inside man. And that's usually how it happens and how it's able to happen when someone close to you is a Judas. And that's what this movie is about. My overall review of the movie is it's an excellent piece of work. I mean, obviously every movie has its flaws and things could have been done better. But when I look at the acting of all the actors that were in it, when I look at the direction of this movie, I would have to give this movie a solid 9 out of 10. I thought it was great. I do believe the performances are Oscar worthy, and I hope that they do get some nominations. Now basically, this is not going to be my normal review that you would see on this channel. It's going to be a lot of commentary that I'm going to give about the movie. I think that everyone should know this man's story. I have already known this story for many years. People in my family were in the Black Panther Party, so I am very familiar with the Black Panther Party, and I've heard the stories growing up about the struggles of that time. Fred Hampton was a different type of revolutionary. He wasn't like the ones who came before him, who basically used religion as their number one crutch, religion as their device to coax people into following them. He did not use religion at all. And that's what made him so dangerous to the FBI. Because when you use religion, you are ostracizing a certain amount of people who are not that religion. So when you don't use religion and you use common things that people have in common, you can then bring groups of people together. And that's what he did. He did not just try to have black people fight this revolution on their own. He went and got allies. He went and got the rednecks who were being oppressed by the police, the poor white people who were being oppressed by the police. He got them. He got the Puerto Rican people who were being oppressed by the police. He got them. He went and got the gangs of Chicago to come and help him with this cause. And that itself was a huge threat, because what the government tries to do best is divide people. If you look at us right now as a nation, a lot of Trump supporters are poorer white people. And a lot of poor white people, me growing up in Queens and moving to upstate New York, get harassed by the police, not as much as black people, but they do suffer the same harassment. Now, they do not want people to join forces. You must divide in order to conquer. That's what the government is great at doing, and that's what he tried to overcome. And by doing this, he became the biggest threat to them, as they say in the movie, bigger than any overseas nation, bigger than anything, because they felt that he could truly affect the status quo. Next, we have to understand that when he was assassinated, he was a 21-year-old child. You know, I would say man, because obviously you are a man at 21, you're a man at 18, but you are still a baby at 21. And that's no disrespect to anyone out there who's 21. I was 21, and I realized that. And they plotted against this young man because they were so afraid of him uniting people. And that was it. It wasn't like he was uniting them to overthrow the government. He was uniting them and getting them to come together on common ground, because we all are human beings. We all suffer through the same exact things, especially when you're dealing with poor people on this planet. We all suffer abuse from the upper class. As we talk about this movie, and what it is titled, the Judas. The Judas is always in everything. An opportunistic person who puts himself above anything. This bastard, and I can't stand him. There's gonna be no sympathy for me. I don't care that he committed suicide after the original documentary was aired. I don't care. I have no love for this man. He deserves way worse than that to me. But we have to understand that these people are always in our midst. Back when people were searching for freedom in the Underground Railroad and before, it was always other black people that told on them for trying to escape. In fact, they also hunted slaves to try to bring them back. That is because it benefited them, whether it was more food, sleeping on the floor, whatever it was. They did it for their own benefit, just like this man did it for his own benefit. And I've seen him in interviews saying that he was a part of the revolution and he did something while other people sat on the couch. Yeah, you destroyed the revolution from the inside, and you are the reason why this great young black man, who would have been something so special, got assassinated by the government. Not to say that he is not special, because he is special, but he could have been more. But his legacy does live on in his beautiful wife and his son who bears his name. Last takeaway I want to speak about in this movie is the power of the spoken word. There's a reason why they did not want slaves to learn how to speak the language, because the power of the spoken word is everything. If you can say your thoughts clearly and you can make other people feel what you feel, or get them to, you can express your feelings to them and they have the same feelings. Words have no color. They have no gender. When you are allowed to speak the spoken word, you can rally and unite people together. And that is what he did by the way he spoke that word so brilliantly. Such a great orator. Let me just say this. If I can take one thing away from this man, and if you watch this movie and you take one thing away from it, let me say, try not to harp on the fact that this man was assassinated in his own goddamn bed. We know that's the facts. That's what happened. Understand what he was trying to do, and that anyone can go out there and do it. This was a young 21-year-old who basically changed the world. When George Floyd was murdered by the police officers, it was the rallying cry heard across the world. White people in this country and overseas, people in Australia, people in France, people all over the world felt the black African Americans' pain at that particular time, because it happens to them too. It happens to them too. Maybe not on as regular basis as it happens to us in this country, but that is when people see something is wrong, you can rally a group of people together. That's how you change the world. It cannot be done with just a single race. We need support. Everyone needs support from both sides of the aisle. The government is there to divide and conquer, as they tried to do with the black people, putting out fake propaganda pamphlets to try to divide the Black Panthers and them from going out there and working together. They have tried to do that time and time again, and has succeeded time and time again. So don't look at the media coverage of a lot of things and allow them to divide you, Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative. Don't look at those points. Look at what truly matters to you and your family and find common ground on that. I will say rest in peace to this brother. Thank you for doing what you did so I can live the life that I live today. I truly honor you and recognize the sacrifice you did for me and my family and my people. Not just my people, all people. So please put your comments in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about this movie. And if you want to have a live commentary one-on-one with me, we could talk an hour about this movie. Hit me up in the comment section. We'll do a live stream. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this. Please spread this across the realm. And please subscribe, and until you know who it is, peace and stay sexy.